Weird. Okay, so we have the challenge fight for the 1v1 King's Belt, or whatever the hell it's called. Current holder is Akumar6. He is going to be playing as the Armada commander of all things, so most likely going to be opening up as the Armada vehicles. Yep, because why would you build Armada bots if you want to actually win a game? And Maratus is going to be opening up as the Armada bot vehicles as well. He is the challenger. He's currently 46 OS in 1v1s, and he is the German, or at least he's playing from Germany, or a German VPN. We do have single solar into double wind, because the wind is currently above 10, so probably a good idea to build that wind instead of solar, but the wind is deciding to troll him. He's going to be opening up single scout, single con, double scout, single con. And Akumar is going pure wind. He is buying the dip. He's hoping to dear God that the wind does not troll him, and the wind is deciding to go down slowly. He has just enough energy, so he'll probably be dropping a solar as soon as this lab finishes, if I am not mistaken, unless he's going to buy the dip again, but we shall see. He's going to be opening up with double cons into triple scout. What's up, dog? Just doing some YouTube video. Wait, am I recording? I'm not recording. Fuck it. Whatever, I'll just take this straight from the stream. It'll be easier. It won't be in 2560, so it'll probably be easier to upload, actually. Alright. Triple cons coming out for Akumar. Maratus going more or less directly towards Akumar. There's not really a better spot to spawn on this map. What is it, Salt Reef? Sand Crowns, sorry. Basically like a small version of Salt Reef. You can see that there's very few positions to spawn from on this. So fairly easy to scout where your opponent is to start. So Akumar is going to be spotted instantly. And he sees that he's not expanding to any of these 3 mixes just yet. Double Soul is finally going down for Akumar. The wind did troll him, so it ended up not working in the end. And he is actually still going to be going into buying the dip, hoping for that wind to come back up. So if Maratus did do an all-in here, it would have been all over Red Rover for Akumar, but luckily for him, Maratus did decide to go for a little walkie-walk with his commander. He does have a con out expanding now, double con's expanding, and he's going to slow build another con. He knows that Akumar has no units out on the map, and as long as he doesn't throw these scout units away, he should be able to keep Akumar's army on this side of the map, and that allows him to be that little bit extra greedier than he already has been. I kind of like the walk he did. It would not work if Akumar had actually built units, but Akumar went 3 cons to open, and that greed might be his downfall. You see metal produced, and Maratus is slightly ahead right now. And he is just keeping Akumar's units on his side of the map for now. As long as he doesn't throw these scouts away, he should be okay. These guys here are definitely going to go down. Well, one of them goes down. But yeah, this is basically just distracting Akumar, keeping the army over here, and it allows Maratus to also be greedy. That commander walk he did at the start is really paying dividends. The wind is trolling, so he's going to have to drop himself another solar any second. He's building himself another con, and he's going to be expanding with this guy as well. So, nice expansion here for Maratus. Akumar expanding also. There is a decent amount of rovers on the map. We're sitting at 23 right now with 5 back home for Maratus. That puts us at 28 minus the ones that have just died. And now Akumar is on the attack. He feels safe enough in his base. He's got radars up each and everywhere. Probably needs another radar down here somewhere, which he's not dropping anywhere for now. He's stalling energy, he's stalling metal, so that energy will start coming up in a second. There we go, because he's trying to build a solar while he's got no metal. That will always bring your energy up. Alright, here comes the counter attack from Akumar. The LLTs are up already for Maratus, well, the LLT, I guess. Should be more than enough to fend off a few of these rovers. Second LLT self-D'd his own mechs on top of his own units. Second self-D, not too bad, but not great either. I feel like that could have been slightly better. And now is Akumar going to get the damage done that he needs? He turns off 2 solars momentarily. Not too big of a deal considering that the middle bar is so low for Maratus. He slips on past and manages to clear up 1 more metal extractor. So in total, 1, 2, 3 metal extractors and a little bit of energy loss for Maratus. Not too bad of a deal for him. And then these guys here are going to try and slip in the other way. Might pick up 1 more metal extractor if they're lucky. It turns out they are lucky. And that metal extractor goes down. He has a chance to get 1 more, but he is not paying attention anymore, so that will not happen. and that raid does get cleaned up. Meanwhile, more scouts coming on through, going straight past the LLT, so they will mostly die. Nice. And that saves this guy in the back from having to deal with anything here. Maratus now starting to get some blitz out. We do have blitz on repeat up to 100, and then we've got stouts on repeat. Meanwhile, for Akumar, he is still expanding here. He has no pressure on his side of the map anymore now that he's pushed out of his own side of the map, and all the pressure is on Maratus to defend. These blitz here should just head straight across the map to, once again, swing that pendulum back the other way and cause Akumar to defend. Looks like 6 scout units are going to be slipping through. If he's paying attention, he might be able to clean up a con, but there are 7 scouts here ready to defend at a moment's notice. And now Maratus is heading across the map. Akumar is actually going really, really greedy right now. He's floating a lot of metal. Oh my god, he's floating so much metal. He's got double con turrets, so he should start spending that metal soon, but he doesn't really have the energy to spend it. He needs to drop a couple of solars. And there we go. Does get the damage off. Almost self-Ds his scout units there. Loses the con, loses the mix. Really good raid there from Maratus, and now the blitz are coming in. Akumar has the metal for the blitz, but he doesn't have the energy. He's just not dropping those solars. He's got 900 metal in the bank, which is absolutely insane. There we go. Finally, he's dropping some solars. Is it too late, though? We shall see. There is only 6 blitz here, so 6 blitz is not exactly the hardest thing to defend against. But when you have no blitz of your own, it becomes quite hard. Alright, he's getting his 4th blitz out now. These scout units do slip through. They're slowly cleaning up these mixes. Nice self-D on that mix there. Clears up half those scouts, but the damage is done. He has 6 mixes down in the back here. He might even lose this con, which he probably won't now. These blitz do take some time out of the day to rest up and check out these crystals. And they are just running around clearing up mixes. 4 blitz, more than enough to kill an LLT. They do decide to just run around the edge of the LLT for some reason. He's probably doing stuff in the back of his base. He's still expanding quite nicely. Metal produced, Akumar is ahead by about 600 metal. And energy produced, he's ahead by about 20,000. So he's still sitting kind of pretty, even though he did lose a decent amount to those raids just there. These blitz here, yeah, a little bit AFK on these blitz. Probably could have picked up these cons and this LLT, no problems at all. But that is neither here nor there. Front line for Akumar is up and ready to go. These blitz and the single LLT will defend the forward base.
Pop, drop, and lock up your ticks. It's time to go.
A little bit of a pause there from Akumar. Maybe he was calling his mum and asking for some advice on what to do. Took a little screenshot of where he was, what the game state is, and said, "Mum, can you tell me what do I need to do?" And she said, "Yeah, spend your metal." So here we go. He's spent his metal. He's got his energy storage, and he's good to go. He's got single con expanding down here, double cons up here, double cons here, re-expanding to what he's lost. There is more than enough here to actually kill these cons even after this LLT comes up, but he does need to micro these units properly. And meanwhile down here we do just have 4 blitz, which is definitely not going to be enough to do the damage. Akumar has 10 ready to defend. He has another bunch of blitz, 6 here. On the warpath. He's actually coming back to defend against this. Now, Maratus miss-microing really badly there, losing all of his scouts before the blitz even make it to the LLT. But he does eventually clear that LLT out. Loses a single blitz in the process. He might actually catch these cons. Can he see them? He doesn't actually see these cons. These cons might escape from him. These blitz here do get cleaned up. Looks like the blitz up here did come back in the end. Yeah, Maratus fumbled a little bit there with the micro, but this is a very APM heavy game at the moment. 4 scout units in the back here. Could probably self-D this, clear out those scouts. Doesn't quite do it. Maybe same here. Doesn't do it here either. And now these cons might die. Yep, Akumar does notice, and he is going to miss micro also. Alright, 3rd con turret coming up for Maratus in his base. He's got a lot of solars, not very many winds. 4 to 16 wind is, you know, fairly okay to build winds, but obviously he's not trusting that filthy, filthy wind god. Whereas Akumar is building a lot more winds. That's why he's got the E-store. He's got a couple of solars, but he can actually reclaim these solars whenever he needs. He's got 3 con turrets. And yeah, if that wind is nice and high like it is now, he could always reclaim these solars to get that metal if he starts stalling. More cons coming out. Might even be dropping more energy with this, like another con turret and some more wind. 2 con turrets and more wind, it seems. That is indeed what he's going to be doing. So, yeah, army value very heavily in favor of Akumar right now. Yeah, that middle in Solars for Maratus is really biting him in the ass here. The wind sitting on 16 means that Akumar building the cheaper wind version does have more metal in the bank. We have 3,000 metal in Solars right now, whereas Akumar has 700 metal in Solars and only 1.2k in wind. So much cheaper, more efficient economy for Akumar right now. But when that wind does drop, it does cost him a little bit, which is why you've got those energy storages. Alright, LLT's defending against these Blitz. Doing a pretty decent job of it for now. One does survive on 1% HP. A little bit of metal on the ground here, which is what Maratus is desperately in need of right now. The Blitz do slip through, clear out these mixes, clear out the LLT. More Blitz coming in the front door, and this might be GG for Maratus. He does have a second lab, which is a very interesting choice, in my opinion, because he doesn't really have the metal. I guess he's kind of spending the metal that he's making, but I don't know, it feels bad. It feels bad. I feel like the single lab would have been more efficient for longer. But now he's got some metal in the bank from the reclaim, so I guess the 2 labs will help him spend that. He does only have 2 con turrets currently, and one is not even, like, they can't even reach the second lab. So he might need a little bit more build power. Akumar going up to 7 con turrets now. He's still on a single lab, he's spending his metal, and he's adding on more economy. He's sitting on 750 energy, whereas Maratus is on 560 at the moment. And that is with the wind being very, very low right now. So once that wind comes up, Akumar's going to have a very hefty energy income. There goes another energy storage. That's his 3rd energy storage going down now. There is a Twilight that was going up, but the con does go down. There we go, the Twilight dies in the end. Army value still in favor of Akumar. Map control is fairly even, but Akumar with the army value diff is really gonna pay off for him soon. He is floating 1,000 metal like some sort of rookie. He's got the energy for it, so he should be adding on more build power, or maybe switching up to a different unit, I'm not quite sure, or maybe transitioning to air, doing something. But as that metal rises, so does our cortisol levels, so please keep the metal low. Maratus sitting on 850 metal also, dropping some more solars. The wind is so high at the moment, I just don't get the idea behind dropping the solars when the wind is looking so juicy. Down goes this raid, but at the same time, another sizable raid up here going to be coming through into his base. There are a few raids, as you can see, from Maratus heading in towards Akumar's base. This might be a comm snipe angle. 28 blitz. No, wait. Oh my god. No way. Oh my god, that was so close. And then at the same time, Akumar is in the back of his base. Oh, I feel like that was a win. Oh, I feel like that was a win. That was so close. No. Oh, and the solars go down, decimating his energy once again. No, the injustice of it. Oh, why? Why, dear Lord? Why do you do this to us? Oh. And the king lives to fight another day, and I think that is game, boys. I think that is game. Come at the king, you best not miss. Exactly. Let's go ahead and speed this up a bit, because I feel like this game shouldn't go for much longer. Unless he's gonna get the snipe off on him! No way. Okay, let's not speed this up. There is another 16 blitz coming for Akumar. He is building them from double labs also, very, very fastly pumping these units out. There's 24 blitz here ready to defend. There's more than enough to defend. The entire base is gone for Maratus. His commander's in a threat of getting sniped as well. Are these blitz going to be able to get through these blitz and hit the king? He does have a bunch of LLTs down here. He's only on 19% health. I don't think there's going to be enough, and Maratus' commander does go down while we're looking away. Damn, that was close.
Game.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen Akumar say well played. Alright, let's go into game 2. Holy shit. Oh man. Close one. Close one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Why does it always go to this song? Let's put a bit of song on. Oh, we can do our own music? Cool. Alright, let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Game 2. Hades Pond version 1.1. And it is once again Maratus versus Akumar. Game 1 went to Akumar. And now Maratus is coming for the revenge. We do have an Armada commander spawning in here. 2 to 14 wind. Much, much lower wind values than the last game. And Akumar is going to be going for an Armada commander also. Opening up with solars. I feel like this is what I'd do on a 2 to 14 wind, but the wind being so ridiculously good right now is going to actually favor Maratus. But yeah, once that wind starts trolling, he's opening up bots. No, not the bots. Why would you open up bots? I think we can just call this one. If Maratus wins, we're going to need to study this replay in depth. Oh god, okay, so 3 solars into a vehicle lab, stock standard opener. Double cons into 100 scouts, classic Armada opener here. Does need to add on more solars. He actually managed to get the entire first con out, that's interesting. Straight into expansions. Maratus opening up with double pawns. Yeah, that wind trolling. That wind absolutely trolling him here. AFK commander too. No res bot. Opening up bots and not building a res bot seems insane. No ticks either. Another solar finally going down. He's just hoping and praying that wind comes back up. Basically a mirrored expansion path for both players here. Double con's going to be expanding. Akumar using the guard for the second con here. Gonna lose a little bit of expansion time doing that, but it is much less IQ, much less APM to do. So, you know, set and forget type deal. Single pawn going to be slipping through, but the blitz will come out roughly at the right time here to defend this pawn. Pawn's very, very easy to stop in the early game. With proper micro, you can kill a pawn with 5 rovers. Not even proper micro. Holy shit. Terrible micro, and he still stopped a pawn. Easy. So apparently 4 rovers stops a pawn. Nice high ground pawn there. Would way rather prefer that to be a tick. For the vision. We do have a radar in Akumar's base. He's currently playing defensively. Meanwhile, at the same time, we have 3 cons expanding for Maratus over here. We'll go check those out right now. We have 2 going this direction, 1 going this direction. You can see the guard command coming up on this construction bot as well. Meanwhile, pawn's clearing out some scout units here. I'm surprised Akumar's just still building scouts. I mean, they do very well against pawns. But if these pawns were to group up so they could actually both attack at the same time, he would definitely be trading a lot better with these scout units. Down that pawn goes. And down the second pawn goes too. Meanwhile, 2 more pawns ready to go. Finally, another blitz comes out. And this should be enough to stop pretty much all pawns. All future pawns that appear. See, it takes about 5 rovers. Well, it turns out it's 4 rovers to kill a pawn with no micro. And to kill a grunt is about six rovers. So yeah, look at that. That was 6 rovers, didn't even lose a single one to that pawn. Nice. And this is basically just slowly adding metal to Akumar's side of the map. Economically, he is slightly ahead with the expansion here. Even though Maratus has an extra con expanding. But obviously the bots do have slower build power than the vehicles. And for every blitz that doesn't die, and every pawn that does, that's slowly going to put the army value into Akumar's favor. Lots and lots of pawns coming out, but not a lot of damage getting done, just trading with army. Yeah, well, Armada boss just don't work, dog. Sharpish dog. Armada boss just don't work. They're so bad. They're so bad. Especially if you're sending them in a conga line like this, just one by one. Akumar is just AFK in his base. Does need a little bit more build power and energy going right now, to be honest. But he's just happy to chill with his commander and build from his lab. 3 LLTs coming up over here. Meanwhile, Maratus has double con turrets up now. Economically, he's ahead just because of the pressure he's putting on, and Akumar's just kind of chilling. Now, this raid here, 8 Blitz, is going to be a significant raid against Maratus, and he's going to need a lot of pawns to stop this. And now Akumar finally starts working on his economy. He gets a constructor out, starts getting a little bit more energy. The wind is trolling, so he's going to struggle getting that energy he needs to drop his first con turret. I assume after this solar will be when that first con turret goes down, so any second now we should be seeing that. This radar does catch these 2 pawns. There's the solar. Still no con turret yet. He is primed and ready to drop it. He's floating a lot of metal, so he's very, very lucky that Maratus opened bots and didn't just, kill him with vehicles. There's the con turret coming down. He should finally start spending his resources. He's going to go into building more wind, but the wind is trolling, so he should probably be dropping some more solars. There's the solars coming out now. This raid is primed and ready to hit. And now these 2 con bots, the LLT and subsequent mixes all go down. This is going to be a very heavy raid from Akumar. Little raid here from Maratus, but just once again, 0 damage done. Alright, there we go. The Blitz do get stopped, but they clear out 3 more mixes and then retreat, leaving behind a paltry 450 metal, 500 metal we'll call it, just because I'm terrible at maths and can't be bothered counting that. And now Akumar has the army value advantage. He is slightly behind on metal produced, but he does have a lot of metal on the ground in front of him. He's got about 700 metal on the ground in front of his base. Plus, he's expanded all the way to the north. Maratus does have double cons here, double cons here. He's rebuilding more cons to go up this direction. I feel like some res bots would go kind of hard. He is building more con turrets, and he is now building blitz. So he's going to be building blitz and pawns now, which is a much stronger army composition than just some pawns. Another 8 blitz coming from this side from Akumar. There are pawns trying to push through the center here with blitz. A single blitz, but this raid here is going to be much more deadly. 6 blitz, easily enough to kill this LLT and these cons. No problems. No self-D on the LLT. Does get decent damage done. Meanwhile, a decent raid up here from Maratus. 7 pawns, much weaker than 8 blitz, but will still get the job done if they really... God damn, they just melt. Looks like these blitz do get stopped, but they did clear out all those mexes in the end. Maratus walking with his commander straight through the center. Interesting play. He is very, very vulnerable right now. No army around him. Barely any army on the way. He's stalling middle. Finally, the res bots are coming out now. He could probably afford to reclaim a couple of these solars, but obviously the win 2 to 14 is kind of dangerous to start reclaiming solars like that. He is expanding very, very quickly now with all the cons he's got. He's re-expanding out this way. Meanwhile, Akumar is expanding down here, getting some LLTs up and running. We do see a little raid over here. We do see a sizable raid from Akumar, but it should get stopped by all these units, no problems. We do have more con turrets finally coming up. Looks like he's sort of fixing his economy. He's still floating almost 800 middle, but he is fixing that eventually by the looks of it. Yeah, this raid does get driven off, no problems at all. Meanwhile, down here, a couple of pawns are just stopping the expansion this way. He has rebuilt a con to go back up this direction. He's going to be cleaning up the dredges over here. Radar does come up and spots the commander. This raid here slips on through, does get the damage done that it needs. And Akumar finally spending his metal here, building those solars. He's probably overbuilding solar, to be honest, because he's about to stall out on middle, but maybe he's just not building. He needs more build power, but well, it is what it is. He's about to start re-expanding. Maratus building a forward bot lab, interestingly. Has the opposite problem, not enough energy. Now he's starting to float a lot of metal. So yeah, reclaiming these solars probably wouldn't have been a great idea because the 2 wind. But yeah, all these solars from Akumar are doing absolute wonders right now. Could probably do a little bit more build power, to be honest, but he's spending his resources fairly well. Bot lab going down for Akumar now. Sizable raids from Maratus. Does clear out the con. So the reclaim does not go to Akumar just yet, but he's probably going to be building res bots. Yep, res bots instantly coming out for Akumar, and he's going to be reviving. So that's why he overbuilt the energy. Really good play there, to be honest. And now he is going to have a insane army value advantage. So we are on 12% as the res bots come out, and we should be seeing that get way, way more. He is actually reclaiming with this guy. Oh, he's building mixes, that's why. This raid here from Maratus might be able to get some serious damage done, but Akumar reviving that army is going to be very scary. Maratus, at the meantime, is adding on those solars that he needs. He's got the metal for it. He might need a little bit more build power, to be honest. He's got the energy income now. He does have some res bots out. You can see that army value is rising for Akumar, even though he's got the single lab building units. We do have a Centurion coming out up here. The raid up here is doing the damage that he's looking for. So he's in not a terrible position right now. He's even adding on solars with his commander. And now, yeah, just mass Centurions coming out up here. Akumar really getting that army value from reviving all those units now. He just has so many res bots working on it. He's got no metal, but it doesn't matter because he's getting free units from this. Res bots absolutely OP, especially in 1v1s. The last surviving pawn of the raid does go down. They cleared out a fair few things, but there are 2 cons up here ready to rock and roll. Maratus does get some build power here in the form of constructors and sends his commander back from the front line just in case of some sort of snipe gameplay, and he's going to hide in the lake. Yeah, look at this army value. We are now up to 43%, so he's got a 30% army value increase over Maratus just from these res bots, basically. He's not building from his vehicle lab, which is interesting. Maybe he's going to go T2 or Ear or something, or maybe he's just forgotten. Yep, okay, it looks like he just forgot to set his lab to repeat. Classic, classic. Even the kings forget about, you know, the repeat. Okay, so we got Stouts coming out. We have an Air Lab going down for Maratus. And Maratus is actually in a really good position. He's got the economy lead. He's expanded a lot better than Akumar. The raids have really set Akumar back. But Akumar has that army value advantage. It really just depends on how he uses it. Now, Maratus does have a really strong position here to defend against these raids with these Centurions. I really want to see how this works out. And he's doing a raid at the same time, threatening Akumar's energy. So if he goes this way with this army, it could be really dangerous. Let's have a look. So he is going to lose his forward lab. The army value is almost even now. Any Janus coming out? Some Janus coming out here would be kind of OP. So both players going for a base trade by the looks of it. Akumar does have the red spots here, reviving everything behind this. I really think he needs some sort of Janus out to do some AoE damage, but at the same time, he is just clearing Akumar's energy, and without the energy, he can't revive the units. Hot damn. Hot diggity. We are looking at a base trade, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it looks like Maratus is getting the better of the base trade, but it is kind of hard to tell for a noob like me. Both players hiding in the puddles. Everybody's a puddle lurker, but it looks like Akumar has lost absolutely everything. He's got no energy income. He's got no build power. At the same time, Maratus's base is in a shambles. He's still got some A-Solars. He's got his con turrets. I think Maratus wins. I think Maratus wins this base trade. Akumar desperately building the tidal generators to get that energy up for the res bots. Yep, and just like that, I think Maratus wins. Akumar has absolutely nothing. He has nothing. He's got a forward lab over here now because of the lab he revived. But he's just got no energy. He's got his commander desperately building titles, but the titles cost energy as well. Yeah, all his mixes are e-stalling because he's reviving stuff. He can't reclaim because he's already floating so much metal. And hot damn, Maratus has fucking done it. He's actually made bots work. I mean, that opener felt terrible, but I guess the pressure he applied onto Akumar, keeping him on his side of the map while he could expand, seemed to pay off. Holy shit. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be 1-all. There's no way he doesn't call the GG. Banshee's coming out now. I love it. You love to see it. He is just kind of throwing his units away, but it doesn't matter. He can afford to do that. The res bots finally have energy to revive stuff. He's revived an energy storage now, which is really, really good news for him. But man, the economic diff, the army value diff, just everything diff is not looking good. Here's the Banshees. He is building anti-air. His head is just popping above the water. These Banshees should be able to kill the commander if they really want. But they don't. They go for just killing stuff. And yeah, that's game. Good job, Maratus. That's going to be one apiece in this best of 5. I'm surprised that Maratus opening bots didn't get a single res bot, didn't reclaim any of these crystals at all. No reclaiming the crystals, and he didn't revive anything either. Seems crazy. But yeah, down goes Akumar's base again. Maratus big chillin'. Still no res bots though. Interestingly. Bunch of Centurions here. But not enough. And there's the game. No GG, just straight left. Nice. Alright, game 2 goes to Maratus. Oh, we got High Noon next. Let's go, baby. Alright. Let's go. Game 3. Gonna be on High Noon, but I will introduce it in a second.
I do not think, therefore I do not am.
Wise words from a wise man. Okay, here we are on High Noon Remake version 1.0. Another banger from Phalange. Alright, we have the King, Akumar, opening up as Armada vehicles. Maybe we'll be seeing some pincer gameplay. Maybe we'll just be seeing some stock standard blitz rushing. But this is one of those pretty dynamic maps where everybody rushes to the front line, builds your static D, and then we see air transitions, T2 transitions, amphibious things. So I'm quite interested to watch this game play out. And we have Maratus, also Armada, also vehicles. So a mirror matchup spawning in the same position. Both players going for relatively exact same openers, double solar into lab, whereas I think Akumar's going triple solar. I am personally a fan of the triple solar into lab, but it's all personal preference. I'm so certain that the triple solar into lab does give the greater benefit, so we'll see who gets their con out first, actually. Okay, so we do have a scout out first for Maratus. Okay. Yeah, a full 9 seconds. Hold on. Yeah. That first con comes out very much quicker for Akumar than it does for Maratus. So yeah, I'm just such a bigger fan of the 3 solar opener. Obviously, you do run out of metal very quickly, but both players run out of metal very quickly. As you can see, Maratus is also stalling metal. Classic vehicle opener problems. Alright, the first scout does get spotted for Maratus. He sees that it's Armada vehicles, but does lose that scout with no real value. You've always done 2. 2 solars is perfect for a bot lab. Triple solar gives you enough energy to boost out your first con. It's just... yeah, I don't know. 2 solars could be better. I'm no expert, but I'm under the impression that 3 solars is the way to go for a vehicle lab. Alright, Akumar leaving his commander in the base, expanding with double cons, whereas Maratus is expanding with his commander and having double cons in base. So very, very mirrored matchups right now. Radar coming up here for Akumar, which is an interesting place. Radar does have massive blind spots here, like a couple of lopsided boobies. Alright, the radar comes up. Economically, Maratus should be slightly ahead because the commander is expanding, but these cons here expanding up this direction should boost Akumar ahead in the economy as time goes on. But here comes the expanding cons out of Maratus. So once again, very even matchups, but just ever so slightly different build orders. Like same build order even, just slightly different expansion orders, I guess is the way to go. You see double cons still chilling in base for Maratus, whereas the commander is still chilling in base for Akumar. He hasn't added on any more energy, but even though he's stalling energy, he is basically stalling metal. So you could probably go 1 more solar right now, and then you'll be good to go, considering he's expanding with 3 cons. I'd probably drop a solar, but we'll just wait and see what he does here. Because, you know, yeah, there we go. The solar does go down, but that's going to cause his energy to skyrocket, but that doesn't matter because he needs that energy to build the mixes. A little bit of scout trading here. Akumar being a bit of a dick with this. I don't know why Maratus built that there when he could have built it back in range of the LLT. Interesting. We'll see where he rebuilds that mix. He's not gonna rebuild me? What? Okay. And as I said, both players just building their static D on this front line, and then we'll see the transitions. We see Blitz coming out, just a few Blitz for Akumar right now. We do have another con finally coming out for Maratus. Economically, Maratus is slightly ahead because these mixes in the center, these are all 2.6 from this one here all the way to this one here, I'm pretty sure. Yep, these are all 2.6s. So getting the commander there fast does give you that economic boost you need. I'm surprised that Akumar didn't do double cons this way, but you can see that he's expanding this direction a lot quicker, and the metal produced is evening up very quickly. You can see Akumar actually has more metal income than Maratus. Okay, looks like he's going to be adding on maybe a Geo now. Let's see. I assume he's going to be adding build power and a Geo on, but we'll have to figure that out. With 2 to 12 wind, it's definitely not a great wind map. So I'm assuming that the Geo will be the next play for Akumar here. He's going for an amphibious constructor, and that will be for these mixes here. And obviously the same on the other side. I think these are 2.6 too. Yeah, the island ones are 2.6. You can see he's already got them queued up and ready to go. Alright, he's going for a single pincer. There's the con turret. Not quite enough energy to build constructors, con turret, and all the mixes and stuff. And LLTs. What's Maratus up to? Forward bot lab. He's also adding on economy. What's this pincer up to? Okay, he's going to go this way, but that is going to get spotted by the scout units. Single pincer, a raid does not make. Alright, surely this Geo is coming up soon. Surely. He's just adding on... Why? Why would you add on more solars and not just build the Geo? Surely the Geo is more efficient, right? Am I tripping? Is there something I'm missing here? There has to be something I'm missing. 560 metal for 300 energy. Yeah. 80 energy for 620 metal. Why would you not just build the Geo? Is it because he thinks he can't afford the energy cost? If he stopped building constructors, maybe he wants to bank metal? No, I think he's just making a mistake. I just don't... These solars are such a... Maybe he is banking the metal for the T2 transition, but... Okay, here we go. He's finally dropping it. He obviously just wanted to hit a certain amount of energy income. He stops building the constructors, and he gets the Geo. Okay, he was getting up to about 500 energy. He will still stall, but it will come up anyway. Interesting. I feel like he could have just built 2 less constructors. And it would have only cost him 10 KE. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. He's sitting on 1000 metal now. Maratus only on 600 metal. No Geo up for Maratus either. He is building wins though, which is an interesting choice. Alright, the pincer did get spotted. He wants to run the bot lab, the vehicle lab, and then he uses the Geo for the air lab? Maybe. Yeah, he is still adding on more solars. Another Geo coming up. Okay, so we have Banshees coming out. So this pincer got spotted, but nothing got done about it, which is a crying shame. And now the Banshees are going to come out and clear any mixes that this pincer doesn't take. Oh! And the pincer goes down. A little bit of an overreaction here with 1,500 metal and Blitz coming out to defend a single pincer. So that actually paid dividends. Even though Akumar didn't kill anything with this pincer, he forced out 1,500 metal and Blitz. And now the Banshees come and clear all the mixes. Damn, son. No air transition out of Maratus, just straight bot lab for now. He does slip through with a bunch of scout units, and it is all open range right now for him. Air lab gets reclaimed. Blitz now come out on repeat. And now the Banshee's in the main base with no anti-air out. There is a single Whistler. They're not targeting the build power though, which is very interesting. They're targeting the Geo finally though. Yeah, down the Geo goes. Now he's got to get the build power. I feel like he's just fight moving these Banshees. He is. He's fight moving the Banshees. That's crazy. That could have been game ending. He does defend that raid. It probably still is game ending. There we go. Now he's targeting the build power. Doesn't manage to clear out all the build power. I feel like he could have done that a lot better, but he still got the value he needed. Forced out a lot of anti-air. Another 1.2k in anti-air plus the Whistlers. The Geo goes down and the build power goes down. So all in all, very net positive for Akumar there. And he does defend this raid. The raiding Centurions is kind of a crazy call. I didn't realize Centurions couldn't shoot up. Oh, they can. They just can't shoot Banshees on a hill. But then Banshees can't shoot Centurions when they're on the hill. Because the game is fucking buggy as shit. Alright. T2 is up and running. Here's the AGO going down. Stalling on energy. Dropping more build power. These guys here are on high priority. Building con turrets while he's trying to build the AGO. Fucking wild. Absolutely wild. But okay. To each their own. And now this pops. And the advanced mixes are going to go very quickly. Alright, anti-radar, radar, 7 Mausers into another con, and then some consoles to assist those cons. That T2 transition is going to be ridiculously strong if Maratus doesn't do anything to win the game soon. Akumar's commander is on the front line, but those Mausers are making their way to the front now. The Geo not back up yet for Maratus. Yo, our boy's trying to steal mixes? Okay. You see those Mausers on the minimap? There we go. They see the LLT coming up now. Alright. Maratus kind of needs to T1 all in or lose the game now. He doesn't have either Geo up. Damn, that's a shame. 0 Geos. He decides not to all in with the T1. Thing is, Mouses are very, very weak to just units. Fusion's coming up for Akumar now. Console's running around dropping beamers, interestingly enough. In case of pincer gameplay, I guess. I'm not sure. Second fusion pops. Where's his T2 con at? Here we go. He's just expanding this way now. Another T2 con expanding towards the front. Beamer does kill the beaver, but the LLT kills the mixes. We do have Banshees coming out for Maratus, which is an interesting play. If he had bombed the AGO, oh my god. The entire base dies. Both fusions and the T2 lab most likely die. Maybe this one will survive. I like the placement of this radar, to be honest. More Banshees coming out, but there's AA placed sporadically everywhere, so they'll get one mix. Kind of a weird all-in here from Maratus. If he had done it before the bulls and stuff had showed up, it would have been probably a little bit better. Here come the Banshees. 8 Banshees is actually enough to kill the AGO, but a Shredder comes out, and that is going to be game. There is now no way that Maratus can win this. He can't comm snipe, he can't hit the AGOs. The second AGO is about to pop anyway. Well, you know, it'll be a while before it pops, but there's the GG. Damn. 2-1 to Akumar there. Game over. Let me just get the next game ready. So, we are going to be watching Game 4 from this best of 5. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, boys. Are these games for the bar belt? They indeed are, Slick Like Vic. Yeah, we've done the Fisher games, and we're just doing the last games for Maratus versus Akumar, and then it'll be Duck, I guess, which I'm interested to see how the Duck games went. I also remade the belt because I noticed that it was some AI slop, so I made it a little bit nicer. Alright.
Freedom is earned, not just bestowed. So let's earn it.
Alright, so we have Feast of Hades 1.0.1. We got the king himself, the belt holder, Akumar. We are on... What are we on? We're on 2 wins for Akumar, 1 win for Maratus. And we do have a Cortex vehicle lab going down. Triple Solars once again. And Maratus, the contender, the challenger, the man with a plan, the German, who is Herman? I don't know. Is going for an Armada vehicle lab. Interesting placement on the lab here. He's going to have to walk if he wants to assist it. And he is going for the 2 solar opener again. Into some wins. I'm interested to see if he energy stalls here, to be honest, because his first unit is going to be a scout, most likely. It seems, yeah, he always builds the scout first. Just in case. Oh yeah, and there's the energy store, ladies and gentlemen. Not stalling mexes, so he's just floating. Luckily for him, the wind is on the very tippy top max it can be. And then he's going single con, more scouts, another con. Meanwhile, Akumar going for the double con opener. He actually stalls energy for a second there. So now metal produced. Maratus is actually ahead, ever so slightly. So you can see he stalled roughly 20 metal, maybe slightly less, like we'll call it 18 metal. Maybe less than that. Alright, the scout unit does find the expanding con. And that's actually going to put Akumar even further behind. You can see the commander's walking to build a radar into mexes. And we're going to have double cons on the lab, I guess. Single con on the lab? That scout does get driven off. I think he's... He's got it queued up. Maybe he's just going to wait and then push in when he finishes this con. Yeah, okay, there we go. So now he's expanding with the con. Economically, Maratus a little bit ahead, even though he went slightly less greedy. Akumar does have an incisor. Incisor is very good at stopping things. Turning off 2 solars here, but it's not really going to make much difference because he's got no metal to spend the energy anyway. Oh, he might actually pick up a couple mexes here, or at least one mex. The repair. Does he switch target? He doesn't switch target. Oh, he switches target, but a little bit too late. Oh my god, a little indecisive there. He could have actually killed at least one mex, but micro mismanagement I'll put that down to. Meanwhile, on his side of the map, we do have some scouts from Akumar running around. Double cons on lab still. First con turret goes down actually with 170 energy production. Luckily for him, the wind is coming up. It looks like he's going to just finish that, as long as that commander doesn't drop anything too outrageous. Metal extractor going down here. Some damage is better than none. Yep. Some damage is better than none. I'm just sad that he could have killed this mex or this mex, but he sort of didn't kill either. Neither player getting any serious damage, so fairly even openers here. What's up, Fiddler? Okay, doesn't lose this mex either, so both players getting unsuccessful damage on the opposing team's expansions. Akumar now walking back to his lab to assist with his commander. He's going to spend that extra meal he's got laying around in the bank. Probably be seeing him drop down another solar any second now, considering the wind's so low and his commander's going to be on the lab. Maratus deciding to walk forward with his commander. I'm really surprised that Akumar's not actually double expanding, like expanding with double cons. He hasn't dropped it. There's the solar there. A little bit late, but better late than never. How do people figure out what type of bots or vehicles or god forbid aircraft you need? Basically, if you're doing 1 versus 1, it's grunts, incisors, or blitz. And then you just leave that on repeat until you need something else. And then it's just game sense, which I have none of, so I can't really answer your question. The reason that people use these grunts, incisors, and blitz, or mass scout units if you really want to be spicy and have the APM for it, is just because they're the cheapest unit that does the most damage, or mainly just because it's the cheapest unit that can actually do something. It's very hard to, at this early stage of the game, spend 2,400 energy and 235 metal on a single unit, such as the Brute or the Pounder. You will very quickly run into trouble. So you've got to get to a certain point before you can start using your resources on stronger units. A lot of cons out for Maratus. Akumar's kind of... like, he opened greedy and then just didn't follow it up with any more greed. He's just chilling. Like, I'm really surprised he hasn't expanded this way with this con. Like, or he doesn't have a con turret. He's spent all his metal, so he should be expanding, I guess. I have no idea, bro. I don't know. Like, this is game number 4. I have no idea what Akumar's doing. Build order diff. Classic. He does get the con turret down now, and I'm assuming, there we go, now he's going to expand. That just seems like such a late expansion from this constructor. Such a weird one. And Maratus is just, you know, he's got a con expanding here, double cons expanding here, double cons expanding here, commander expanded here. Just so much more expansion. Economically, he's so far ahead. Army value, he's so far behind. He's so far behind. So, I mean, maybe Akumar is going to get some ridiculous damage done with these 27 incisors. And you know what? I'm kind of feeling it. I don't think they'll end the game. If medium mind spam, yeah. I like if he fights here with his blitz, yes. But if he fights here with his blitz, no. It looks like he's actually going to fight with the blitz here, interestingly enough. And he's building a beamer of all things. Oh, he's actually going to pull back. Investing in the beamer still is pretty fucking wild work. But yeah, now he's got enough blitz to defend against these incisors. 22 incisors, 16 blitz, and a beamer in the base. He'll be fine. Janus OP? Yeah, Janus very OP. He is front labbing. Bot lab on the front. Akumar's already responding to it. And this is going to be a big feed. This is going to fuel Maratus' front lab. I think the second beam is a little unnecessary. But better safe than sorry, I guess. Oh no, micro mismanagement from Maratus. He's allowed Akumar to go around the backside. Never let the King of Bar around your backside. You will regret it. Trust me. I've seen it happen before and it's not pretty. Energy stalling on the beamer. Does lose it instantly. He is building another beamer. So he will defend this, but just seems like a little bit of a misplay from Maratus, but it is what it is. He's not going to lose the game instantly, but meanwhile another raid of 15 incisors heading around the opposite direction. He has double Centurions on the front line. Triple Centurions. Quadruple? Quintuple even? What the hell is 7? Typical ARM gameplay. Cent repeat. Herder. Oh, jeez. Calm down, bro. I never build Centurions in 1v1, but that's because I'm low IQ also. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, you know. These Centurions are going to go down, right? I don't know. I think Maratus was in a really nice position and he's kind of just letting it slip. He doesn't listen to enough M&M. He's building so many beamers, man. How many beamers we got on the map? We're sitting at 6 beamers on the map, and 5 of them are in his base. That's crazy. Boy is scared of the aura. Does clean up this raid. Nice little feed there for him. Does reclaim it as well. He is still wildly ahead. You are absolutely correct. Another raid pushing in here, or the same raid from earlier. We do have a radar up here, so I don't know why these units are heading backwards. No radar over here, but this one here does pick up this raid. Self-D on the LLT maybe, but I doubt it'll get off in time. No, definitely not. This push here does get cleaned up. Now, does Maratus go this way with this push and apply pressure to Akumar, or does he bring it back? He does apply the pressure. Okay. I feel like that's going to be a feed if he doesn't pay attention. This raid here should get cleaned up. Or at least driven off. This might be a giant feed. Centurion's AFK. Does slip by the beamer. Yeah, almost 1,000 metal feed right here for Akumar. Does get this raid through as well, which is kind of daunting. No expansion this direction from Maratus. He had such a good lead. And now the army value is looking really, really good for Akumar still. I can't believe how much damage this raid got. So many beamers, man. Do we have more beamers? We are now up to 8 beamers. He's added on 2 more beamers while we weren't looking. Don't look away, there might be a beamer. Okay, and now he's starting to drop another beamer. Oh, please say it ain't so. Oh, those are just sentries, I think. No, those are beamers. What is brother doing? Who's even queued these beamers up? It's this guy. Akumar's unlocked the go around tech. Oh my god, no. Why is there so many beamers? I'm getting PTSD and I'm not even playing. Holy shit. Akumar's very lucky that he is not just AFK sending scouts into these beamers. Now we got the pounder tech coming out for Akumar. Alright, let's check out his economy and stop being so depressed over here. So we've got 4 con turrets. We've got a few winds, a couple solars. Wind is nice and high. Akumar's looking pretty juicy. He's not spending his metal right now, so he could always do something else, but that's probably because he's reclaiming. So he's not too worried about adding on more build power and stuff yet. I take it back, he is. Alright, Mass Centurion going up against Mass Pounder. What more could you want in life? This raid here does get driven off. Thank God there's double beamer in the base. Neither player building a bot lab for the res bots. Whoever wins, everybody loses. It's over, Pounderkin. I have the high ground. Except it's not, because Pounders do AoE. So those Centurions do go down. Commander getting some D-guns off on those incisors. There's no, not like this. It doesn't end like this. Oh my god, it doesn't end like this. Oh! In the first game, Slick, Maratus raided Akumar while Akumar was killing his base, and Akumar ended on like 2% HP or something crazy. Okay. So now the mass pounders are reaching a critical mass, and the only way to stop them is by building mass splits. No, wait, let me check my notes. It's by not building mass splits. Oh, see, I misread that note as well. Maratus is in for a very bad day if these blitz do run into their friend, the Pounder. Let's just see what he does here. It looks like he's just keeping to the outskirts, clearing out those construction vehicles, stopping that extra expansion. And honestly, I don't know who wins this. Akumar is happy to stay in his corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner, but you can put Akumar in a corner. And Maratus is just more than happy to build beamers and multiple blitz labs. So I'm not quite sure I'm not quite sure what goes on here. Surely these blitz are about to get absolutely pounded. Ah, I see his mistake. He hasn't built the beamers at the front lab. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, that's the stuff, baby. Oh, God, yeah. Coming back for seconds, eh? Oh, but wait. There's more. Oh, God. Imagine running away from a wall of pounders, and then you find out that behind you is another wall of pounders, and all you have in your repertoire is blitz. That is rough. That's a rough day at the office. Does actually manage to get some value with these blitz. No twin guard in the base, just a classic, usual, normal LLT. I think Maratus wins, right? I mean, I don't know. He could just, instead of the second vehicle lab, just go into an air lab and bomb or something. Or Banshees. Banshees are the natural predator of the Pounder. Pounders can't look up. I read that on the internet somewhere. Okay, we got medium tanks and blitz coming around the side. We got the big brain titles. 15 title is better than 6 wind. They're like dogs. I was going to make that reference. I was going to make that reference. But I wasn't sure if everyone would understand it or not. It's like watching a wall of poisonous molasses slowly creep towards you. Era is considered a BM move and high level bar. Well, is that just because that's the only way I win is by Banshee sniping commanders? I mean, look at him. He's practically begging for a Banshee. Look at his little walk. Strutting his stuff, acting like a Banshee couldn't just come out of nowhere. Aura. Alright, here's the bombers. And you know what? I didn't say it. Slick's the one that said it. That's a BM move. It's all in the name, ladies and gentlemen. BM Akumar. But at the same time, there is an air lab coming down from Maratus too. What's he going to go for? Is he going to get some scouts? Banshees. My boy, a man after my own heart. I don't know who wins. I think Maratus wins, right? Unless Akumar gets a bunch of fighters out. But Akumar's commander's on the front line. I'm pretty sure Maratus has seen him. He's in radar range. How fast are the Banshees building, though? Oh, definitely not fast enough. You need 5 con turrets on the Banshees. He's middle stalling. The Banshees should clear out the Pounders. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking that for the past... I've been thinking it since the start. He just had such a better opener. But he's trying his best not to win. I mean, he's still spending all his metal on high priority on titles. I don't even know where to look. The Banshees have been revealed. Wait, have the bombers been revealed? No, but he's reclaimed the air lab. Wait, so he literally has no air defense. But he's only got 2 Banshees. No, wait. He's got 6? Surely there's no way Akumar comes back from this, right? Surely. That means it's gonna be two wins each. It's gonna be 2 wins each, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be going to a 5th and final game now. He had a business week to react to the pounder push, yeah. He's keeping the series exciting, yeah, he's doing it on purpose. Alright, the bombers have been revealed. Is there fighters coming out? There is not fighters coming out. Oh my god, absolutely decimated by the beamers. Hello? Okay, I think he lost like 3 wins. Okay. Best case scenario from Maratus there. I mean, if all 3 had hit the titles, probably would have been a little bit more devastating, but a lot of AA up for Akumar now. He must not know where the commander is. Gunship in the sky. I mean, there's mixes up here that he could be killing with these Banshees. Reclaiming with the... No, AFK. Okay, AFK red spots. You see, I watch games like this and I'm like, I could do better than that. 2.5k metal in the bank, AFK respots, overflowing energy. In a massive winning position. But then I get into these games and I just absolutely throw, so... Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? RIP, brother. And you too. Sounds like a perfect 1v1. Oh, the invisible commander. Value. Oh my god, so much value. I should have checked the army value diff before that D-gun. Well, now he knows where the commander is. He's 20,000 metal ahead. Alright, what's happening in the bases? 8 con turrets. Res bot's finally coming out for somebody. I mean, there was res bots out for Maratus, but he was refusing to use them. He is reviving everything. Okay, okay. I thought the game was over, but I don't know. A third vehicle lab going down when you're stalling metal. Okay, okay. What the fuck? Oh my lord. Busy, you need to talk to your man. You need to talk to your boy, bro. You need to get into a phone call with him right now. You need to get into a phone call right now and tell him to stop the drugs. What? What? No way. Akumar's gotten to him. He's slipped something in his drink before the game and it's just kicking in. There ain't no way. We did not teach that? I mean, he was in a winning position, but he is doing his best to make it a non-winning position. Meadow needs some new coaching sessions. Well, they got Ubivada now, right? So maybe Ubivada could run around. Oh, no way. Alright, anyway. Akumar chilling. Okay. 100 metal income. Once this gauntlet builds, once this gauntlet finishes, those units are going to be pumping out of those labs at such a rapid rate. And let me tell you what, this LLT here is going to go down. This LLT is not going to know what hit it. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. He's shooting us so high we can't even see it. And that is how you destroy a single 90 metal building. And there's the GG. He died while we weren't looking to some stouts. Oh my god. I'd way rather watch the LLT snipe than the com snipe. I don't know, team. That was... game over. That was one of the hardest games I've had to watch. Oh, okay. And now we're up to the final game. Let me start the final game so you guys don't see the timer on it. Oh my good lord. Oh my good lord. Wait, what happened? Okay. Well, it looks like you're gonna see the timer on it because my game's just broke. Oh my good gracious, team. High level bar? Yeah. High level bar. He resigned? Yeah, I think he resigned on... Yeah, he self-deed. What is going on? Why can't I... High levels consider gauntlets to be good? What, good for the player you're playing against? Oh, good gracious. Alright. Let's all collectively just think that we hallucinated that game. I think we'll all be better for it. And we'll just pretend that this is a best of 3 and it's actually 1-1. And this is the final match. Here we go. Gas bag grabbins from Aiden. I think he cooked with this map. Let's go ahead and change this music because I don't know why it always puts this song on. Oh yeah, and guys, check this out. There's a hidden APHIS ready thing. Another one. There's an APHIS voice line for when you finish an APHIS. Alright. Let's go. Oh, that's right. I was changing the music, wasn't I? Let's go. So, we got the king here defending his belt. This is the decider on who takes the belt home. We got Akumar6 as the Cortex commander, going to be going Cortex bots because why wouldn't you when everything is on the line? Spawning next to the double geos, very good because you can build power to get the geo up in multiple positions that can also reach your lab, and obviously expand wherever the fuck you want. And Maratus spawning in the same position but as an Armada vehicle lab. I think I can honestly say I don't think I've seen an Armada vehicle open on this map. Yeah, okay, interesting. What's he going to go? Scout into a con? Exact same build that he does every game. He went single solar double wind this time, though, instead of double solar. Scout unit's obviously going to come out and go straight across the map to where he thinks he is. Let's have a look. Okay, interesting. And Akumar going to be going Resbot double cons. Yeah, I've never seen a vehicle lab opener on this map, to be honest. I don't think I have from memory, so we'll see what happens. Akumar going for the solars, probably a wise choice considering how the wind is treating everybody. Whoa, what is this build? Yo, what? Double mix into com walk. I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. 2 cons coming out for Akumar now. He's got the Resbot out. I mean, maybe the scout kills every single solar he's got and the Resbot. Oh, he lives. Didn't kill a single solar though. You're seeing the cook here. That was close. That was close. Alright, double con's expanding. He's getting the radar up. He's getting another radar up here. No metal, double radar. It's fine though. Radars are very cheap on metal. He's done it again. He's done it again. Boy, Akumar is lucky he's got no metal or he'd have no energy. Oh, man. Okay. Nice scouting, though. Full scout from Maratus. He knows exactly what Akumar has. He knows exactly where he's expanding and how he's doing it. Oh my god, he's gone greedy. He sees the vehicle lab and he's just gone straight into 5 expanding cons. Commander at base. Looking good. And now he's got grunts, so no scout units are going to get any value anymore. Let's check out Maratus' base. This is not the same guy. This is not the same guy that we saw playing earlier. The first 3 games were so good. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. Blitz coming out now. Double cons on the lab. He's expanding with double cons. He's expanding with his commander, but he didn't go the high value with his commander. He went straight through the center to control the mid. And then he's going to go into a forward bot lab. Okay, I can see it. I can see it. I have no idea if it's going to pay off, but I can see it. Grunt's obviously very weak against LLTs. So he's kind of pretty good on the southern side. He just needs to defend the northern side with his blitz. Yep. Right. Love you, bye. Akumar wondering what the hell is going on. He has, yeah, he has dumbfounded Akumar, which is great. I feel like him building the bot lab here might have actually paid off, but I'm not so sure because the commander would have been very vulnerable. Here we go. Akumar using the stealthy path. He's going to have to clear these bushes, which is going to give him away. Akumar stalling energy. Floating metal. What's he going to do to fix it? Ah, he's stalling energy because he's building a con turret. Makes sense. I mean, this doesn't look good for Maratus, right? Brother aims like a dude who's just woken up for a piss in the middle of the night. Oh my god. Oh my god, you can't clear them anymore. Ha! Scammed! Absolutely scammed! Oh no! Bro, what? Can you not clear those anymore? Okay. I don't think Maratus even noticed. No, I'm pretty sure you can clear those, but maybe you can't. Yeah, I don't know about vehicles on this map, to be honest. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, I'm not feeling it. Damn, such a shame, because it's 2-2 at the moment, so it's anyone's belt. Oh, poor Akumar. Look how mad he looks at this fucking vine. Imagine... Not quite there, brother. Not quite there. Whoa! Bro's saving up for T2 already. So is Maratus. What? He's still going. Okay, there we go. Air transition into double idle lab. Shurikens. Okay. So he's going to shuriken the Centurions and then just win the game, I guess. Stouts? Stouts coming out now? He's going to bomb the bush. Okay. Wait, he's building A-solars. A-solars, shurikens, and grunts all at the same time. I love it. And a Geo. That's alright, he's not like hard stalling, I guess. Here we go. This will be the game-ending push, surely. Anti-air bots coming out, but they're definitely going to be out once everything's dead. Nice raid. Luckily, Akumar's energy stalling. Ah, but unluckily, shurikens exist. I mean, definitely not a game-ending push. I think we're in for another long haul, guys. We're in for another one of those games where no one really wants to be here, but we're all stuck here collectively just wondering what the fuck is going to happen next. Okay. He's reclaiming all the metal. First Geo's down. The grunt did die in the end. No build power and range of the second Geo. Wait, neither player... Wait, can you not reach the Geo with build power now? Oh! Am I tripping? I swear you could have build power reach the Geo in the lab from here. I must be tripping, hold on. Oh, I guess I can't place it, but... Ah. Oh, I'm hallucinating, okay. Alright, the anti-air bots are up. The anti-air bots are stunned. Where's the commander? He's up on the high ground. I mean, full scout for Akumar. He's spent all his metal now. Maratus has spent all of his metal. No air lab out of Maratus. He's just going for the bots. The anti-air bots. Res bots are up. This game feels closer than it should be. Little grunt raid up the top here. That's a lot of fighters for not a lot of air on the opposite side of the map. What the hell is... Wait, what? Just casual 1.5k metal and fighters? Okay. He's got a full scout. He knows that there's no air on the other side of the map. Alright. This is definitely a lot closer than I was expecting. We have now devolved into a mace / thug battle. Alright, LLT wall coming up for Akumar. Surely he's building bombers. There we go. Now he's building bombers. 5-game series fatigue? Yeah, most likely. I feel like both players are just sort of smashing whatever they can against the wall. I mean, fuck, there's enough here to kill Akumar if he fucking just all-in-ins himself. Oh my god. What's he got? Oh, actually, I don't think it is anymore. 8 and 6. Just bring the commander in. Fuck it. Reclaim your vehicle lab, mate? Just fucking go for it, eh? Resbot's here reclaiming everything. Repairing the commander. Double Warden. Yeah, now he definitely can't just all in Akumar. Akumar's had no energy because he's been building fighters and bombers. And I assume it's going to be a bombing to end the game. 13 bombers, that's enough to end the game now. Why did his army just go away? That was weird. He just gave up the reclaim field and everything. Damn. Beautiful. Beautiful bombing run. Air lab going up for Maratus now. Is he just fucking with him? He must just be fucking with him now. After he won the battle here, it's basically game over, right? Hello? Okay, there we go. I thought he was going to bomb the commander. Guess he's going for the base. And that's the GG. Akumar keeps the belt. Those last 2 games were seriously not as good as the first 3. What the fuck? Crazy.